Whoa, Big Daddy Forest up here. Whoa, Big Daddy Forest up here. Oh, yeah, I got got my laptop down here to look at chat a little bit easier and make sure everything's going all right. Have we picked a giveaway winner for Halloween? The Halloween giveaway? Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. So if you didn't hear about it, that probably means you didn't win. Hate to say. BH Camaro, I appreciate it. Yep. A week from today, baby number 2 makes his appearance. So if you're planning on coming to the shop, I will be out of commission for a few weeks. But Chris will be in the shop, so that's even better for you guys, right? Was the S2 with Power Edge similar to the OG Tension Star? A little rounder. I think the S2 sees the body of the lane a little bit better, just because that little bit of solid. So, I mean, I liked the original a lot, obviously, because who didn't? But I really, really liked the S2 with the Power Edge on it. Like I said, again, bites a little bit more in the middle part of the lane, so gives me a little bit more control. The flip side is just not going to be as quick when it transitions, but approved for sure. Willie D, I think you've won enough free balls from Darren, and I'm sure I've given you something. Forrest, you're always going to be Big Daddy. You can't not be Big Daddy with arms like that. Boy or girl, it's a boy. You can have 2 boys. I am back, poker stiff from a banding, all you guys. It's just we've done a little bit of changing here. Obviously, we opened the second shop. We are in the second shop right now, so just been trying to find out what I can do, how my schedule works out with dropping Mav off before I come here and things like that. So Mondays we don't open until 3 o'clock, so we actually don't open for another 2.5 hours. So Mondays, when the weather was nice, obviously a month ago, and before that, Chris and I would just golf. We'd play 9 at the golf course. It's like 5 minutes away. And then we come here at 3. Obviously, the weather's going to change here in Ohio, so live streams may be making a comeback. So good for you guys. Yeah, so Mondays I either film or I golf. So now it's going to be I either film or I live stream. So I'm going to be back. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. Do a golfing challenge? What kind of challenge? If it's one with Chris, I'll lose. Would I say Darren has a higher rev rate than me now? No, not even close. Not even close. It's higher though, for sure. So I really would like him to go 2-handed. Live stream golf, so all 3 people could watch that. Yeah, trick or treat video giveaway already happened. So if you didn't win, it's actually Chris's fault. He used a randomizer, a randomizing selection type thingy. So I actually didn't have anything really to do with the giveaway other than announcing it. And I'm just plugging in my phone right now currently, so that's why you guys are wobbling. Here we go. All right, what layout would you recommend on a urethane for a 2-hander? Hard to say. Obviously, with what urethane, that's a big big question. And um, even though you give me your PAP, I don't know how you throw it. So, broad question. We're back. Broad questions. Don't answer those. Can I set up the Jalen 1v1 so you can beat him and then you can play me? I can bring it up. You would have to be available on Friday afternoons though. Friday afternoons. I can bring it up with him. Or next time you see him, why don't you come in, see him, buy a ball, and then ask him yourself. Is Darren's two-handed rev rate still lower than mine not really bowling one-handed rev rate? Yeah. I mean, I bowled on Saturday. Again, I bowled another turnaround Saturday, if you guys didn't see. Um, Honestly, I am probably throwing the ball the best that I ever have in my life right now. My arm swing is it's on the way back it's slightly outside, so it's dropping inside naturally. Have I feel like I've had the best control over my hand that I've ever had in my life, and that's kind of sad considering I don't bowl as my full time career anymore. But yeah, my rev rate. I mean, it's still 500 over 500 for sure. Bowling bingo. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. It's a challenge that needs a little refining, but we might do it again. Long video. Could have been longer. Where's Jalen been? If you didn't hear, we have two shops, so he works the other one. So he and I flip flop on Mondays and Wednesdays. So normally I'm over at Holiday. Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm here. Jeremy, I'm in a new shop. So HP. I heard you got a Phase AI. How was it? There you go, Mikhail. You can go. You can challenge Jalen yourself. The kid is about to make a comeback. No, he's not. He's simply stating that he's throwing it incredible right now. I am 2 for 2 on my last two tournament appearances, though. I'm like a weekend warrior now. Lucky there's no gold pins around here. Otherwise, I'd be nasty. Yeah, I can't come back out of retirement too soon. It's going to ruin the mystique of it all. It hasn't even been it's only been a year. Got to give it like 5 or 6 years, maybe more than that. Especially having another kid really delays everything a literal 3 more years, no matter what it was. I want to like try and get into a schedule where I work out, like before I come to work, and I had to kind of wait until Mav grows up until he starts going to school, because then he'll be out of the house, by 8 o'clock or whatever. So I have time to go, work out and stuff. But now I got another kid. I got to wait another 3 years, 4 years. So I'm just gonna get fat for another few more years and then start working. How big was the field of the last two tournaments? So the first one was the Central Ohio USPC Masters. So pretty much most of the best bowlers in Central Ohio, so Columbus. That field was 46. And then this past one was a trios Baker tournament, and it was 18 teams. My physical team makes you want to quit. Don't quit bowling. I mean, yours is pretty darn good. I've thought of some like little tweaks here and there that would help you, and I've actually talked to them with Darren. I think it was like last year when we were all doing the content stuff and bowling the regional. So I hope he relayed some of that stuff to you. But I mean, you're right there. Do I go to my mom's for the holidays, or do they come to my house? Well, this year they're coming to my house because I have a new kid. But Yeah, I mean, even when we lived back in San Francisco, we never really had too many gatherings at our house. We have a Darren and I have a bunch of cousins and aunts and uncles, so we went to the one who had the biggest house, and that was not us. Hello, enlighten me. Yeah, this is B. This is not Bebimba. It is Bebimba. It's BB Not a sponsored ad, but if they want to sponsor me, go for it. Good. Yeah, he's telling me like he drilled you like 4 new balls and was helping you out and stuff. So Dad bod Mikey is kind of lethal on the weekends. I ain't gonna lie. I'm figuring out how to bowl on these house shots now and stuff. Throwing a little harder, got a little more tilt. Dad bod Mikey on the weekends an issue. Bowled against me in college in Vegas in 2016. Bowled for Stony Brook, 2016 Vegas. If it was at the South Point tournament, I was wheeling the daylights out of a no rules pearl. Mm, once Darren and I both get good enough team, no, I'm not coming out. Well, I'm even I'm debating whether I even bowl the summer series two handed next year. Because realistically, like I don't really gain much bowling two handed. I really not use my thumb. Um, but I was gonna try and make it like a world beater challenge or something like that, where I try and average like 230, 235. Just put like goals and milestones bowling one handed, just so you guys can follow along as I vlog me trying to bowl the best I can. Because that's not really something that you get from anywhere really. I feel like nowadays, um, other than like the PBA vlogs, but just watch me try and sweat my nuts off on 3 different patterns for 12 weeks and see how high I can average. Um, Maybe nice change of pace. There's only so much I can do with the two-handed stuff. And it's already been 2 years. I've done it for 2 years straight. Got a tip for getting the ball to continue instead of standing up and quitting for a two-hander with pretty much forward tilt and number. You know, low axis rotation. Your ball is going to stand up and go forward. You got to get around it, but you got to get around it the right way. You don't want that elbow to come out, and then you kind of spike it into the ground. You got to keep that elbow in, start behind, and then let your wrist roll around it. The dad bod never falls. We lost Ben NorCal, and I certainly do remember having to run around the building with our shirts off. How could one forget that? There's like a picture that comes up on my Facebook memories every year. Two-handed thumb use. It's not illegal if you use the thumb. If you put your thumb in the hole, it's not illegal. But if you have the hole there and you don't put your thumb in it, then it's illegal because it's a weight hole. You really start to track over your thumb. Any common reasons that can happen. Typically, you start tracking over your thumb because that elbow comes out on you a little bit, and your thumb's coming down. Yeah, so if you're tracking over your thumb, just try and really focus on your arms, staying a little bit more inside of it, and that'll keep your hand a little more this way rather than your elbow coming over here, and then you kind of thumb down it. You forgot why USB-C took away weight holes. I don't have like the exact reason, but for two-handers, it was kind of unfair that they could place what's called a thumb hole, um, kind of wherever they want, where there wouldn't be a thumb that could possibly fit there. So they just said, we'll get rid of them all together. Phase AI or attention star, which do you prefer? Both? Plan on coming to Columbus with your league mates and wanted to pick up a ball from one of your shops. If there are one over the other, I should go to. No, I mean, depends if you want me, then my schedule is I'm at the new shop. I'm at HP Mondays and Wednesdays. Every other day, I'm over at Saturdays. But if you're coming in the next few weeks, I will be out of office on paternity leave, so you can get Chris as well. So, um, yeah, if you specifically want to find either myself or Chris, then plan for Mondays and Wednesdays at HP, or Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at Holiday. Never bowled against Mike Fagan while he was on tour. I've bowled with Mike Fagan, not on tour, but at a local tournament. The only reactive lost ball that I put power edge on is a lightning blackout. Um, I don't know if I like it more or not, because I kind of just don't like that ball. Period. Doesn't really match my eye and what I want to see out of a ball like that. So, um, I'm liking putting it on dull balls. Like I put it on an XL. Love that ball. Put it on an S2. If you've been paying attention, did great. I literally I did not stop striking for an hour and a half at this Baker tournament. I would have bowled 300 by myself. Any tips on how to stop tracking over index finger for two? If you're using your index finger two-handed, that is kind of an issue. So if we can clarify that, I can answer that question. Would you say it's better to be more speed dominant, balanced, or red dominant? Balanced for sure, because balanced allows you to move around the lane a little bit more, um, as long as you're able to adjust back and forth. I would say personally, I'm technically a little more speed dominant. Chris and I both are, but we're versatile enough to become more. We're versatile enough, sorry, to become more speed dominant or rev dominant. So ultimately, having versatility to go either way is ideal. Do I have a good burn ball? I mean, if you're looking for something weaker than a Daredevil, Daredevil still got low RG, slightly higher diff, so you can look for something like a Hustle or even New Road Warrior, things like that. It's a fairly broad question, but when the lanes are really hooking, a nice thing to do is you take a ball like an Optimum Idol or something like that. It's actually got a really strong solid cover, and you hit it with like either a wet 4,000 pad or 3,000 pad. You shine it up, and what that does for you, even though the ball's super strong, it blends out all that friction for you. So you might not be creating like optimum entry angle, but you'll hit the pocket way more. That's a pro tip. You put the Power Edge on the Attention Star. Nice. I mean, that ball was great with React-A-Gloss. So I wonder if the new ones they're coming out with, if they're going to keep putting React-A-Gloss on them, like the new Attention Stars that they're putting out. Probably. Any tips on increasing ball speed? Move your feet faster. How different is Optimal Pearl compared to a Journey? Much stronger. Stronger in the mid lane, stronger cover, stronger core. It's just going to be earlier ball. It's not going to be quite as flippy down the lane because of that. Actually, these carrots, I didn't even want them. They were just first on the list. So I said, carrots, why not? All right, so if you're tracking over your middle finger as a two-hander, it's the same thing as that other guy asking why he's tracking over his thumb. Your elbow's getting outside, and your hand, you're kind of spiking it into the ground this way. So you want to keep your elbow a little more inside, longer throughout the swing, so your hand can roll around it instead of your elbow coming out this way and you go down. There should be a video somewhere in the channel. Chris explained it. So if a tip from Chris ain't working for you, it's a you problem. What should I add to my arsenal? I have an Ion Max Phase 2 Summit Peak and a Road Warrior coming in. You can either add a clean ASIM, so Attention Star, Origin, something like that, or you can go with like an IQ ball, something with low def. Where I get my racers with the BOA, those are actually Roto Grip racers from Korea, so don't plan on getting those. Was I much of a gem guy? I was much of a gem guy. I am sad that they're gone, but I did take one off the wall at our shop, and I stashed it for a rainy day. But like when the gem first came out, I think was the World Series in 22. First year in Wauwatosa, I used that ball and it helped me make the Scorpion match play where I bowled Simo in the first round and I took him to extras. And he beat me because he's really good at bowling. Whoa. All right, comments are flying in now. Hold on. Where was I? Jam. Wonder if they're gonna put Power Edge on future Power Edge on high roads. Mary feeds me a hot meal from home every now and then. What am I drinking? This is passion fruit lemonade. You're two-handed, you're having a hard time. Bring your elbow back. Instead of tucking my elbow, I bring the ball back to my hip. Any advice? Flexibility issue? I don't know. I would have to see. And if you want me to help you, if you want some coaching, I've got a Patreon. Link is in the description of my Instagram. From there, you could have full access to my Discord where you can ask me unlimited questions about your bowling, send me videos, things like that. For the amount of time that you're in there, you have access to me. So if you're from far away and you want some coaching, you can utilize that. I am available. There are different tiers. Yeah, link is in my bio. Yeah, people tracking over fingers. You track under your fingers, so you're spinnerooski, Roger. Do I think Power Edge is the new React Gloss for all the new balls that are going to come out in the future, or there's so many balls? That's my question. I don't know. Like, because Attention Star and those balls came out with React Gloss. I don't know if they're going to keep making those with React Gloss or if they're going to just transition them to Power Edge. Don't know. Speaking of Chris, can we get more vids from him for two-handed tips, stuff about timing or starting position? Sure can. Sure can. If we get enough suggestions, we'll fire in on something. Which is better for two-handed, harsh reality, Pearl, or Phase 2? It's a broad question. I'm not answering that. Do I like the Attention Star over the Vibo? I think it's more usable because it is a little bit of a rounder shape and it does feel a touch cleaner. So, I mean, I liked the Vibo a lot, especially when it first came out. It's just a touch quicker in the middle part of the lane, so it may stand up and go a little more forward for some people, where the attention star is a little rounder, gives you a little bit wider range of usage. Did someone say IQ? IQ Ruby Forest. How many of those do you have in the stash? You have like a case just sitting at your house? A ball tier list video? I was gonna do like a Chris and I were gonna do a top 10 balls of 2024, if that suffices. How does TV Bowling Supply handle oil extraction? We do have an innovative, I don't know what the product's actually called, but it's like a air fryer, bakes the oil out of the ball, or we can do a full resurface for you. Either which way. Any concerns, worries about going from being a one kid to two kid dad? No, not really. What's a drill from your stash? I'm interested to know what you got in your stash. Went to a demo. S2, Phase AI, Road Warrior, Summit Ascent. You want to work in a pro shop? What's the best way to learn the equipment? Do the research, and it really helps. It's harder for most like normal people, because obviously I know the equipment very well because I actively, actively, but I have thrown them all. I throw them all. Um, I have a pretty good knowledge of the components of each ball, so um, in that way, I'm afforded that luxury. So it's easy for me to be up to date, at least on the storm balls, how they will react for people, and how I can recommend them to people. Um, but just as a normal person wanting to work in a pro shop and how the best way to learn the equipment, you just got to talk to people. Talk to people, watch a lot of bowling, like watch leagues and tournaments and stuff, and just see how the balls react when they respond relative to other people bowling at the same time. You got four blanks. I'm still stuck on my first one. You're gonna mug me for my hat? It's just from the memorial. I just got it from the memorial. For those of you that don't know, for those of you that don't know anything about golf, Jack Nicklaus, arguably the greatest golfer of all time, hosts a PGA event here. It's pretty big time. It's called the Memorial. So that's where this is from. It's the Memorial Tournament. Ooh, Force is gonna come out for some big time tournaments. Come on now. Let's go. Well, Durf, Force would tell you to drill the IQ Ruby. Um, High Road X, that ball is nasty. Is a 14-pound ball going to react or shape differently than a 15 or 16-pound ball? Was thinking about purchasing a 14 after rolling 15 and 16. Yeah, they will. Depends on the ball as well because the cores change and depends on what ball. Each company kind of does them differently as well. Most of the storm balls, the RGs go up a little bit, so those are going to be a little bit cleaner. So they might actually feel like they hook a little more down lane. I did a video on that as well if you want to go find it. On a real note, do we expect to see me on the national tour? Nope. That's a big old nope. Which high road is my favorite of all time? Hmm. 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 My only two PBA 300s were with two different high road balls. Pulled my first one with the high road nano at the Players Championship, and both my 300s were in majors. My second one was at the U.S. Open with a high road X. High road X, low key, might be my favorite high road of all time. Good alternative to an IQ Ruby. Try Hustle. My storm ball of the year. I mean, it's got to be a Tempest Star, right? Gotta be. Is Mav still interested in golf? I mean, if we take him to the driving range and he just fires in, I got the bucket of like 175 balls, and I took like maybe 50 of them. He took the other 125, and he definitely took some more from the 50 that I know. So when you release on the bottom of the swing, do I come around the ball or do you tend to use more fingers up the back? Up the back. You want um, more force going up the lane with your hand and your fingers rather than rotational or lateral force. When you use too much lateral force, that's when you over rotate it, you spin it, and your ball doesn't hook the right way. Why no UCC Masters? Because someone's got to run this shop. And someone's me. Can I recommend a weak ball to play on Burn Lane for two-handed? Nope. Broad questions. Don't answer those. When is it a good time to slap out or walk off shots in a tourney? The very last one. So you don't bother anybody else. Seems to lose energy when oil volume is high. Recommendations? Well, if we're taking this past weekend into consideration, the oil that they use at Sequoia, it's a little bit of a thicker, more viscous compound. So you'll feel the ball not really hooking down lane because it is using energy, but the volume actually wasn't that high. So do we drill PAL layouts? Don't know what that is, so no. Do not know. I mean, he has great slap out etiquette. Like you got to know when you can do it. You got to read the room a little bit. And his aren't like super loud. He just like kind of does them. But there's some people that are just way too loud. And if you're stepping off shots kind of in front of somebody that's trying to bowl, you don't want to do that. Appreciate the kind words, RJ Chew 112. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember what the YJ special I put on that was. Boy, no thumb, you're no. Any tips? Get fit really well for your thumb. Find a good ball driller and get fit. Because you're going to experience a whole new world of what the hell while using your thumb. You're probably going to be like, why am I doing this? And then you're probably just going to go back to using no thumb. How do I effectively sell non-storm balls when I don't really throw them? I have friends I watch them go down the lane, and you kind of pay attention to like numbers and stuff like that. Whoa, Forrest. Man, if you guys aren't subscribed to Forrest's channel, go right now. Go subscribe real quick and then come back here. Forrest, appreciate you, my brother. I will see you Open Championships? Open Championships at the very latest. But yeah, go subscribe. Go subscribe. Go follow him on Instagram. All that good stuff. Appreciate you, my brother. If I'm going Chris or Jalen, am I going to slap him out? No, I'm not much of a slap out guy anymore. Jalen, I'll do some other stuff too, but if I'm pulling Chris, it's just mano y mano, skill for skill. We can't really get into each other's heads. It's literally just heads up. Here we go. Rip Motive J Rags. He is SPI J Rags now. Yeah, so if you're just clipping your thumb, if you're hitting your thumb, you're not totally a full roller. Full roller would be going in between your it would go in between your fingers and your thumb. You're rolling over your thumb because your elbow's coming out a little bit early and your thumb's going down. That might be the third time I've explained that in this chat, but it's all good. It's all good. That's what's happening. When are we going down to Baton Rouge? When are we going? I think end of May, but I'm not 100% sure. How much reverse is recommended for a two-hander? I mean, it's based off of your flexibility, but we don't go any lower than like 3/8. I do not tuck my pinky anymore. Last year in Springfield, I hurt it. I hurt my index finger. And I think my pinky was putting too much pressure on it. So I untucked it. My thoughts on 7 brands going to 4 PBA registered products for 2025. I know the reason. I'm not going to talk about it. Beginning of May? Yeah, we're going to try and make the me and Jalen versus Darren and Lance vlog happen at some point. You've heard Jesper is a full roller. You heard wrong. Do I have a link to my coaching if I don't have Instagram? Where would I have a link? Let me see if I can find that for you. All right. Here we go. Copy. And paste. There's the link. Full disclosure, I have a lot of things I describe that I do in there. I actually don't really post in there anymore. It's more for the availability of coaching. So BH Camaro, to answer your question, I do both. Online lessons can be had at that Patreon. If you join, you get access to my Discord. And from there, you can ask me whatever questions you want that are bowling related and send videos and all that good stuff. And yeah. All right. You got a gigantic gap between your face two and your hustle wine. Yeah, you do. If you're only able to get one ball, what would I suggest? Hard to say because I don't know where you bowl. I don't know how you throw it. There's a lot that goes into giving a suggestion for a bowling ball. So I need a little more information. How long did it take to get comfortable with untucking your pinky? Took me a while. I felt like I couldn't hit it at first, but then I kind of learned how to hit it again. Have me and Darren ever competed as a doubles team? If so, how did we do? Hold on, guys. Don't answer that. I got this. I got this. I got this. Don't answer it. Don't answer it. Don't answer it. I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. Click that link to find out. The Texas Hammer. Click the link. Two-handed, pretty high speed, pretty high rev. You probably want to go with something with a cleaner cover, which still has some flair. You can go anywhere between like a road warrior or a high road, all the way up to like a summit peak or something like that. My biggest struggle learning to bowl two-handed, my mind knows what it wants to do, but my body doesn't quite know what it wants to do yet. They're not clickable. Yeah, they are. I can click them. You can't click them? Don't say that. Don't say they're not clickable. Hold up. Hold up. Anybody else let me know if they're not clickable? Not clickable is no good. Clickable on gun stores end. The links have to be blue, but they are not. One guy can click it, two people cannot. All right. I don't know how to fix that, man. I mean, they're clickable on my end. So some people, some can click, some can't. So it sounds like for some of you, it may be a you problem. Oh, you're on Android. I mean, that's your first problem. Ah, yeah. Durf may have gotten it. Yeah. May not be clickable on mobile. Could be it. All right. Well, majority are saying clickable. Jeremy Tate with the no nonsense answer right there. If you can't click it, just copy and paste it. Dewey's just coming in from the top rope. I'm not saying like fuck Android users, but like get with the times. Any tips on how to increase ball speed as a two-hander? You want to Move your feet a lot faster. Get your timing a little bit on the later side, but you don't want to be too late. And yeah, move your feet faster. How would I rate this food on a scale of 1 to 10? It's like a 6, honestly. This is a small as well. This is not even the regular, and I'm glad I got the small. I don't really have thoughts on the hop. Hop versus no hop as a two-hander. It's just a way to sync up your timing. That's about it. I got the small from a mall, so it was probably a little bit overpriced, but that bowl and this drink was like $13. When you slow down your first 2 steps, your ball speed went up. Your timing's probably syncing up a little bit better. That's why. Tyler Blevins, I hate to say it, but that's kind of a broad question, so I can't answer that. If you've been in the chat, if you've watched these live streams, broad questions, can't answer them. Could choose not to. Do I think if I was a two-hander from the beginning, would I've had more success? Success? Why did I say it like that? Success. No. Can I show real quick how the ball is supposed to look coming off my hand? How would I go about doing that? I don't know how I'd go about doing that. Pure Racks Gaming. I appreciate it. Pure with a 3 and Racks with 2 Z's, 1 capitalized, 1 not. Depends where you bowl league, Kenny. I don't know. Some places transition pretty quick. Some places you don't have to ball change at all. Just throw one right through the shop. Should I throw it through the back wall over there? That's into our storage, our stock room, or should I throw it through the front? There's 2 windows. I can go through this window here and then the window that's in the front. I can go either way. Obviously, through the windows. Should I just throw it through the camera? Just end the stream? Throw it right at my phone? Ugh. You're right. This bowl does feel a little bit like never ending. Lofted to 14 through the window. Lane's pretty far away. You will have to wait until summer 2025 for more league shenanigans. Did I ever have a storm ball that smelled bad? Probably. I mean, bad is such a Bad is such an objective word, but the smells are like they're subjective. Were there some I didn't like? Yeah. Chest pass it through both windows. I mean, the first window, the two windows are about 20 feet apart, right? And to throw a 15-pound bowling ball chest pass, it's going to need some force to maintain the arc to make it through both windows. So definitely gonna have to step into it. That'd be tough. I don't think I can do it. With Power Edge on XL, will it lane shine and you'll have to keep applying Power Edge? I've literally just Power Edged it. And I just keep throwing it and let it just smooth out on its own. But if you want to keep the shine on it, you'll have to reapply Power Edge. Looks like I haven't put a dent in the bowl because I really haven't. Apparently. If switching to finger tape, generally how much larger do I need to go in the finger grips? Tough to say. It's not as much with vacuums as it is with just regular grips. So I don't know. Just go into a shop and test it out. Why does Darren love the Alpha Crux so much? Because it's that shape where it's really smooth and really slow, but it's not super early in the front part of the lane. It's kind of like how why I like the XL so much now. Um, it's kind of like when the lanes are a little bit squirrely, you go to that ball to blend it out a little bit and gives you that control feel. Which TV Bone Spy location is bigger slash has more stuff? The new one, HP. When will we see the Darren and Lance versus Mikey J Rags tag team match? Whenever the next Open Championships in Vegas is. Yes, I moved to Ohio because I got married. Pretty simple as that. Wow, this laptop charges fast. You're gonna bet me and Jalen? I like to think we'd be the favorites, right? I mean, admittedly, Darren should be a little bit better than me right now because I don't bowl anymore. Mm, Jalen's so spotty though; he's so hit or miss. I mean, I would bet on us, but that's because I'm bowling. Snow's finally coming on Thursday. Am I ready for it? Good thing I got a new car. How much buffoonery and shenanigans happens at the shop these days? Um, Depends who all's here. Like if for some reason me, Jalen, and Chris are in the shop at the same time, lots of buffoonery and shenanigans. I have the big brother edge. I'm the large brother. In a technical sense, I'm not the big brother. I'm younger, but I'm the larger. I'm the more massive brother, for sure. I survived the last few years with no all-wheel drive, but I have all-wheel drive now. I have two cars now. You could Power Edge on the Proton. I don't see why not, especially if you already like shiny. Come on, D-Weezy. Put some respect on the Attention Star's name. Basic VLS layout. There is no real basic VLS layout. Depends on your preferences. Like Darren's typical layouts are going to be much different from mine. He just likes to see the ball and do different things. He obviously throws it a little bit slower, so he's going to prefer other things. Live stream every Monday. I don't know about every Monday. I was explaining it about an hour ago on a stream. Chris and I, some Mondays we film before the shop opens here, so obviously those I won't live stream, but days like today where I'm not filming, I'll probably try and live stream. No real current replacement for the Proton yet. Honor score sent tonight. Come on now. We need something to post on the Facebook page. Prettiest ball, Marvel Pearl. The Marvel Pearl. Or the Hypercell Skid. I like that one. How many games do pros bowl in a week when they're on tour? Well, the majors, most all the majors are 56 games. If you make it to the end. Depends on track. If you were doing a ball review, what would you put on it? What do you mean? Lunch choice today is BB Bop. BB Bop Asian Grill. Again, not an ad, but they want to pay me. They can pay me. Mark, bit of a broad question. Not going to answer that. You missed our demo days, Philip. We did a Storm one back in August, and we did a Brunswick one last month, I think. How often should one resurface a ball? Once after resurface, how long does it take to? How long does the effect usually last? Depends how much you bowl. I mean, you could probably like resurface once every league season, and it'd be all right. There's a difference between like resurfacing and then doing constant upkeep on the surface. And if it's a dull or shiny ball, it kind of makes a difference as well. You missed the AMF Sumo from 1992. Okay. Yeah, you can put the layouts and stuff like that. Which major was the most grueling and grinding for when I was proing? I'd say the U.S. Open, just because the patterns sometimes. If they gave you the hard ones, it just kind of beats you up mentally. But I feel like the longest and most enduring one is the World Series. You kind of have to be pedal to the metal the whole time, just because the scores are typically not low there, so you can't really take a break for a game. I mean, I went 2 years in a row where so in 21 I missed match play at the World Championships by like 10 after 30 qualifying games and then like another 10 um, catchers round games. I missed by like 10 or something like that. And then the next year I missed the next round. Like I made the cut. I made the World Championships first cut. And I missed the second round after that by another like 10 or 15. So, I mean, that's 2 years in a row where I missed by one frame, one mark, whatever. So you just got to be pedal to the metal at that event. So that one's kind of a grind as well. The missus says hi. I say hi. Hello. Is she still throwing a backup ball? Oh god. Almost choked on a piece of egg. Not your average bowler. That looks like a broad question, but I haven't read it yet. Yeah, it's a broad question. Suitcases it now. Do the pros go through slumps? Absolutely. I slumped into retirement. But I found out a lot of the issues I was having my last year on tour, those are the ones I fixed. And now I'm throwing the ball kind of nasty. She was throwing nasty during summer league. Nice. Do I like harsh reality Pearl? Mm, full disclosure, not my favorite ball. I'll be honest. Just felt a little bit too strong in the front part of the lane. Wasn't super usable for me. I definitely prefer Origin instead. Blends the lane a little bit better. Is there a scent I'd want on a storm ball? They should bring back chocolate. Just a classic smell. Mikey would not be coming out of retirement if it wasn't for the fact that he is baby number two coming very soon. That would not happen. Do I like the Vivo? I do. Oh God. Should you have waited to get the S2? I feel like it may have served the purpose that you were trying to achieve maybe a little bit better, but no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't feel regret. Optimum Idle Pearl or Phase Two, or sorry, Phase AI in the bag. Um, hard for me to say because my Optimum Idle Pearl is up, my Phase AI is down, so they have different purposes. Chocolate cherry. I like just the classic chocolate from the original X Factor. Dial me up some chocolate from the X Factor. Took it to 2K? Sure. I like mine with a little bit of surface on it. It's kind of funny. I like the shiny, I like the attention to star with surface on it, and now I like the S2 with no surface on it. Makes sense. Make it make sense. I mean, it'd be similar to an S2, but um, it'll like to the trained eye, they shape a little bit different. 500 plus. You threw a Nova for 500 games. Good for you. Uh, no, the Optima would not be like the Nova. You'd be looking something at something more like an XL or Absolute Power. But grab snacks. I'm kind of over this bowl. Good old Minnesota. I mean, what's that, like an 11-hour drive? That ain't so bad. DIY bowling grips? Which sounds miserable. You could buy the OG hybrid. By the way, guys, I clicked this insert ad button. Did it do anything? Like when I went to go grab these snacks? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Oh, 12-hour trip? That's not bad. No ad? Damn. You got an ad? He did not. Oh, he's got ad blocker. YouTube is just telling me how to do all this stuff. I just kept clicking, okay. Ah, that vibration was Jalen texting me. Do I think I can be a ball rep on tour? Absolutely. Got to double my revenue because I got double the kids coming. All right. Coconut strips from top tier, or coconut strips from Trader Joe's are top tier. Not an ad. Top tier. Luigi, have you not been here the whole time? Yeah, next week. I think it's more consistent. A hook and a spare shot. If you want to be a truly good bowler on no matter what, you throw straight your spares. That being said, on house shots, I definitely hook the left sides. Another boy, Luigi. Due date's December 18th, but we have a cesarean section scheduled next Monday. So 11:25. I don't play video games anymore. The last video game I played consistently was Apex before I became a dad. Yeah, DWeezy, terrible supporter. Favorite interchangeable thumb system? Turbo. Adam. If you guys don't know who Adam is, Adam's a legend. What events am I looking forward to on the 25 tour schedule? I'm just interested to see how the manufacturer team event plays out. Scooby Doo fruit snacks, W or L? W for sure. Appreciate it, D Weezy. So I'll probably be out of commission for a little bit, but Chris will be here in my absence. How long have I been bowling? Since I was 6. So about 22 years, 23 years. You get gamer rage. So instead you just bowl and you have bowling rage. It just sounds like you have anger management issues. All right, Adam, if I come up to TOC, I'll say hi. Middle of December, I should be back, I think. Memories, appreciate the kind words. Do I bowl with sunglasses like Pete Weber sometimes? I don't wear sunglasses, period. For some reason, like when I wear sunglasses, I get a little tingle right here. It's kind of uncomfortable, so I just don't wear sunglasses. What ball should you get for Christmas then? Hmm. I think you should just wait to see what comes out. Was there another ad that came up? That one I didn't even press anything. I have an ads automator on, I guess. It told me to turn that on. What's the golf swing look like now? Pretty awful. So par for the course. Yeah, wait till December to see what's coming out. Live ball review someday? Maybe. 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 There's more coming out. Yeah, Storm's doing. They're starting to do monthly releases now. Typically, when people buy balls as a gift from the shop, they'll pay for the drilling and everything, but they'll take it with no holes, and then they'll have the person bring the ball back, and then they just have to get the holes drilled. Our schedules don't line up to where J Rag can get here because we film when Jalen's working at the other shop because our days off are different. You're waiting for another collaboration with the house bowling? Why is it a collab? I'm part of the house. You know, I actually came up with the name. I came up with the house. Back in its inception, back in like 20, I think it was 2019. I was one of the founding fathers of the house. You're calling Jalen a common folk? Any tips on how to find the break point? The breakpoint is something you should determine first before deciding anything else. Should sue Packy. It's messed up. Logistically, it's just tough for us to do videos together, just because we all live so far away and our schedules are so different. I told Jalen he needs to start doing ball videos because I actually gave him the reins of the TV Bowling Supply Extra channel. So if you guys aren't subscribed to that, go subscribe to it. Been trying to get him to do content. Wow. She's in here for good. Oh. These Apple chargers don't mess around. Jesus. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. I'll always be a part of the house. Come on now. Can't kick me out of the house. The benefit of ordering from online, if you're local, there's not really much other than sometimes we do have sales on there that we will price match in the shop. But other than that, it's mostly just drop ship. So if there's a pair of shoes that you want that you don't want to wait for us to order, you just order it, go straight to your house. Things like that. Jalen is Storm sponsor. He's not a pro. Let's get that right. Has anyone come in and said you guys are recommended by someone at Tiki Lanes? Not specifically, but we've definitely had people from Tiki that we drill for. Does Jalen have dreams of being a pro? I don't think so. Ah, Tyler, you're the wreck. Appreciate it. Good place to track tournaments and when they'll be. Honestly, I don't even know when tournaments happen. Just gotta like join groups on Facebook and stuff like that. J-Ragged is on staff. Yeah. Storm staff up. You ask Santa for a road warrior. Do you think his elves make those? Do you think at Santa's factory he just has like a plant with like a pump and all that stuff? All the weight blocks? You think Sam's got his own pro shop? We have a lot of good sales. Hey, take advantage. Aren't 3-ball totes like $15 off or something like that? I think some of the scents are on sale. XL, I think, is on sale. Optimile, DNA coil, some stuff on sale there. Go check out the website. What the hell is a winding road? I don't know this winding road you speak of, let alone V2. I still don't know what it is, even though you say it's an oil pattern, which I kind of assumed that it was. Don't know. Don't know where you're bowling. Don't know what house. Can't tell you, bud. Heritage Lanes? You're not helping me out here. You're assuming I know where Heritage Lanes is. I don't know what city, what state you're talking about. You're giving me like the bare minimum information here. What storm ball should you get to complement your Phase AI? You want a stronger ball or you want a weaker ball? Have the High Road Max roll for me. Not great, but Chris likes it. Is child number 2 the last? Yes, it is. Heritage and Kokomo. A little higher friction house. I mean, sure. I don't know what a winding road is. I just know that place hooks a lot. Now, when you think stronger, don't really take too much of the solid or hybrid into consideration. You got to think more about what the construction of the cover actually is, rather than whether it's solid pearl hybrid. Because I mean, the optimal model pearl cover is stronger than the Summit Ascent cover. So 39. I still can't tell you what to throw, man. I don't know. You can try your thing. It's just a broad question. I like to have music on at the shop when I can. I don't know, groovy tunes, but there's the music. Tips on more ball speed: move your feet faster. If I could bring back a retired ball, what would it be? The Hypercell or the Asylum or the Prodigy or the Marvel S or the Marvel Pearl. A lot of balls. The Wrecker. I've never thrown the Code Battle. Is the S2 a good replacement for the Physics? Yeah, it'll be a little bit weaker. Notice I always play left of 20. I play left of 20 because the lanes hook too much. What's my ball speed that deep? Depends how fast I want to throw it. The Mutant Cell. I had one of those split in half on me at the US Open one year. Is Matt excited for his sibling? He got no clue. The record was nasty. Bring back the Bolt. I actually never threw a cell pearl. Is there a list to see what cover are stronger or weaker? Let me see if I can find that for you. Let's see. I'm just going to copy and paste this link here, and you guys can figure out if it takes you where you want to go. Still live? Yep, we're still alive. Debatably might shut it off soon. Just get some of that work done back there. It's not a lot, but just to feel productive. We open in about an hour. But if anybody's got interesting or pertinent questions, I'll stay on. D-Rod. Is that the legend, D-Rod? I fit you one hand, you switch to two hand. Should you be refitted? Blah, 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 blah. Should you be refitted? Yeah. The myth, not the legend, but is he the man? Are you a man? You're a myth, but not a legend. Trung, that is a broad question. I'm sorry, we don't answer those. Hard for me to say because I don't know how you bowl, where you bowl. Beverage of choice? Been trying to lay off the soda lately, so it's changed. I was drinking Prime for a little bit. That white one's actually really good. Meta Moon, I think it's called. These coconut strips are fire, let me tell you. Trader Joe's, they're like $2.29 for this pack. Any clinics? I don't have any clinics scheduled. Yeah, the photo they used for my trading card is from the Master Show. So from 7 years ago. I look much skinnier in those cards than I do now. Replacement for the Zen? Go get you an Optimum Idol Pearl, my brother. Yes, sir. Prime is worse for me than soda. Well, I haven't been drinking it, so. I've been drinking like Gatorade Zeros and stuff like that lately. And let me tell you, I'm rinsing through these coconut strips. It's an issue. Liquid Death? I don't understand it. Like, I drink water. The Freeze ball out right now for SPI. I mean, I like Attention Star. A little brighter ball, the Origin's actually a really nice looking ball. For all intents and purposes, the Lightning Blackout's a good looking ball. You have an Ion Pro that you can't throw to the right? I can't make that judgment call because I haven't seen it. Oh no, almost dropped one. The giveaway was announced in the trick or treat video, and then the winner was replied to in the comments. It's time to replace a bowling ball when you feel like it's not striking anymore. Road Warrior looks cool. I won't say it's my favorite looking ball, but it's all right. I mean, OG High Road, too. Beautiful ball. Hey, if you ain't ball change, you ain't trying. Even though the Ion Pro is duller and it's hybrid, it would actually be like a ball down from your Phase AI. Because they have the similar or they have similar or the same covers. But Phase AI's got twice the diff. There you go. Big changes at holiday. I have not heard of any big changes at holiday yet. Hopefully there are some. I hear Thursday nights have been a little bit rough. Am I still doing coaching sessions? Yes, but for about the next month, I won't be. I will be on paternity leave. The only packages we have are like the normal ball bag and shoe packages. And we also have our pro player package where you get one high end, one medium, and one lower end ball and a 3-ball tote for $700. So those are the only packages we have. Yeah, I practiced on Friday on you guys' leftovers. I was like, whoa, this is kind of tough. Is Darren the Godfather? Chris is technically Godfather because he actually lives here. $31, I can only imagine $31, $32. Well, I was born on, I practiced on 16 and then we turned on 15. 16 was hard. I will say there won't be any tour edition balls for the rest of this year. Will I be bowling any events next year? If you're asking about PBA Tour national events, no. It is very important to know your PAB. Come to Bowling Supply. I'll get you taken care of. You'll be all right. 32 was cooked. Yeah, 16 was also very cooked. December's release is you're going to want the December ball. I found that our least busy days are on Fridays over at Holiday, um, or earlier on Wednesdays at HP. So those would probably be the best times to get PPs. So don't get the Optimal Idle Pearl yet. You can get the Optimal Idle Pearl. Yeah, that's not the kind of ball that's coming out. Like if you want to replace the Zen, get the Optimal Idle Pearl. Hopefully the December ball is replacing the Vibo. If you want to replace the Vibo, why don't you just get another Vibo or an Attention Star? Is the Attention Star ball from the Phase AI? Yes. I will say yes. But they aren't too far apart just because the AI is so strong with that core and the cover, actually. But Ascension Stars obviously got a little bit of ASIM in it as well. Happy birthday, High Road. Yeah. Earlier this month, it was 16 years now. The ball's been out since I was 12. 13. All right, guys. I think I'm going to shut off the stream. Shop hours changed for the winter. Nope, they're still the same as they are right now. Thank you guys for joining me. I look forward to hopefully having more of these live streams in the upcoming weeks now that golf season is pretty much almost over, which is tragic. But what are you going to do when you live in Ohio, right? You get 6 months to play golf, and then you get 6 months to drill balls and live stream. So Mondays with Mikey's making a comeback. Yep, D-Rod, good to see you once again. And thank you guys for joining. See ya.